Okay, hey everybody. Here's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna finish up what we were working on the other day with selective breeding. Now, you guys should have all filled in this table you see here on the screen. I had to change this up so the letters might not match what's on yours, but that's okay. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this information, and if you have not already, we're gonna draw our dogs. And so you can see right here, I've got my lovely little Max. Go ahead and put his name in here, Max. And Max is my dog, and I got him from these phenotypes. Of course, the physical trait, any trait you can see is what we call a phenotype. I drew it from that right there using, of course, the genotype or the genes to determine what the actual phenotype would be. And of course, like any good baby, it gets one allele from mom and one allele from dad. So we got my puppy right over here. And here's what we're actually going to do now. You should have already chosen, and if not, you should do so now. You can go ahead and pause it if you want to pick your partner. But you're going to pick a partner who you are going to reproduce your dog with. Now, the key is this. You don't just pick any partner. You pick a partner whose dog happens to have a trait that you like. So let's look right here. This is my partner's dog. Now, I am selectively breeding. Again, that's selective breeding. Choosing what traits we want in our offspring or in the offspring of animals and other plants to get certain desired traits. And so if you look here, like this dog is really cute, of course, but Max here, he's got a really kind of a weak tail. I love this long, fuzzy, furry tail here, so I'm going to breed my dog Max with this dog. We'll call her Sheila. That's Shalia. Sheila. Now, Max and Sheila, again, for this, we're going to ignore gender, just to make things a little bit easier on ourselves. We're going to ignore gender here, but Max and Sheila are going to reproduce together and hopefully produce a puppy with this really lovely fuzzy furry tail. Now, let's see how we're going to do this. In order to actually reproduce the dog, and of course I'm looking for the trait from this dog. We need this dog's genes and this dog's genes. So that means you must obtain the genes of your partner's dog. The only way to do that, of course, is to look over here. And again, if you look in the genotypes, you will find their genes. Anything that's just a gene we call a genotype. So now, with your partner's genes, you are now going to flip. Of course, this is where your puppy will go. But you're going to flip your page over onto the back. And what you'll notice is you have a bunch of these Punnett squares. And what are Punnett squares used for? Thank you for finding what the offspring are going to look like. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take your alleles, and you can put them anywhere. Again, we always talk about you put them on the top, or you can put them on the side. It doesn't really matter, okay, because it's all chance and random. But in this case, I'm going to take my alleles for body shape. If you can see, here's body shape. And I got the genotype right here, the gene. Okay, I got the genes, and I'm going to put them on the top. So we got a heterozygous body shape, and that goes on top. Heterozygous body shape for me. And my partners is going to go where? On the left, exactly. So I fill in the partners, 1 and 2. As you can see, my partner is homozygous recessive. And now we're going to cross. So, of course, with the Punnett square, you can basically start from outside in, move up to down, and left to right. And this is what you would get. Now, here comes the interesting part. If you remember, I said genetics is random. We don't know for sure what we're going to get ever. I don't care how many times your parents have offspring, how many brothers and sisters you have. They will never look exactly like you unless they happen to be an identical twin, which is a very tough to get genetic lottery anyways. So for right now, we just need to understand is that everything is random. So here's what we're going to do to make things random. Unfortunately, I don't have a bunch of little tiny spinners. As you can see here, this little spinner is cool, and it lets us kind of randomly choose which of these boxes are new puppies going to pull its genes from. Since we don't have that, what I do happen to have is a whole boatload of dice. And so with this die right here, what you're going to do is you're going to roll it. And if you remember, we labeled our boxes 1, 2, 3, and 4. When we did our earlier Punnett squares with the smiley faces, you should remember. So 1, 2, 3, and quattro. So now that we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, here's what we're going to do. You're going to roll the die. And whenever it lands on a 5 or a 6, you're going to ignore it because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So I'm going to keep on rolling. 2. So that means I choose for body shape. I choose this box. Okay, so that means the genotype of this bebe is going to be homozygous recessive. And the phenotype, and again, you have to look at your trait sheet, and as you can see, mine looks a little bit different because it's been a while. But let's look. Where's the body shape? That's not that page. Just go down here. Anything on body shape? And of course, oh, there it is. Body shape. We'll go little a. We're going to say is small, thin, long, and straight. So that's what the baby's going to look like. So right here for the phenotype, I'm going to write in small, so nobody got time to write all that stuff. So it's small. And then I'm going to move on down. What's the next one? I believe that is head shape. And you do the same thing. You get the two parents' genes, yours and your partner's. You put them on one side or the top. You cross them. And then you roll the die to determine which of these boxes is going to be box number 4 for the next one. So down here we choose box number 4, and then you put in the genotype and phenotype above. Or to the side, I can't quite remember where it goes. But as of right now, that's what you're going to do. And then, of course, once you've done this for all of your different traits, you are going to go back over here to your selected red puppy and start filling in the traits. So you draw the small body part, etc., the head shape, the eyes, all that good stuff. And then at the very end, the most important part. Let's even do a capitalize. Did you get the trait? Well, we'll say trait, or we'll say traits that you were looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Little Star Wars. And it's bad grammar, but that's okay. Did you get the traits that you were looking for? And of course, your answer should be either 1 or 2. Yes, / no. And then what's the most important part? We have to explain what we were looking for and why we did or why we did not get that trait. And I want you to think about this when it comes to dominant and recessive. What was the trait you were looking for? Was your trait recessive? Was it dominant? Why would that make it easier to try and find a dominant trait as opposed to a recessive trait? All these things must be analyzed in your answer. And I believe you'll find your answer at the bottom of the first page. What trait did you want your puppy to have, and did you get it? Why or why not? So that's our lesson for today. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope it goes well, and we'll discuss this with you when I come back on Wednesday. Hope you guys have really focused on being well behaved, because there will certainly be rewards for that coming up soon. Anyways, thank you very much, and enjoy.